This will be for the con assignment, circumference of a circle. So there's two main formulas for circumference C. We have 2 times pi times r, and we also have pi times d. All right, r is radius and d is diameter. So in this particular problem, they gave us the diameter. That's 16 units, okay? So we can ignore the formula with radius. All right, so that's just going to be pi times diameter, which is 16. And you can use 3.14 for pi if you want to, but really you can just write this as 16 pi. Okay, that's the same as 16 times pi. So if you want a decimal answer, you can multiply 16 times 3.14, but you don't have to. In the box, you can just type 16 pi. All right, so I'm going to type 16, and since there's no drop-down menu for the pi symbol, we can just type pi. Okay, so as far as con is concerned, the Greek letter pi is the same as typing pi. So you can type 16 pi, and it will take it as 16 times pi. Okay, so again, we have our two formulas for circumference, 2 times pi times r, or pi times d. In the problem, they said the radius of the circle is 2 units, and they want us to find the circumference, okay? So since we're given the radius r, we can ignore the part of the formula with d, or diameter. All right, so it's going to be 2 times pi times r, which we said in the problem was 2. And for all of these, we can do it in terms of pi. So just leave pi alone, and we'll do 2 times 2, which is 4. And we still have pi. So that's it, 4 pi, or 4 times pi. In the box, there's no pi symbol, so we'll just write 4 pi. It's the same as 4 pi. All right? All right, so it says a circle has a circumference of 907.46 units. What is the diameter of the circle? All right, it looks like we're going to have to work backwards now. They gave us the circumference, and they want us to find the diameter. All right, so since we're looking for the diameter, which is considered d, we can eliminate the part of the formula with the radius r. Okay, so we're just going to be working with this here. And we can plug in the numbers. Circumference is c. Okay, and that's 907.46. You plug it in right here. All right, and in this case, we can't just leave pi alone, all right, since we're solving for the diameter d. So remember that pi is approximately 3.14. All right. I don't think you can use the pi key on the calculator for this one, or it's going to give you the wrong answer. All right, so don't use the pi key. Use 3.14 in place of pi. Okay, so in place of pi, I'm going to write 3.14. And that's times the diameter d. All right, so these are multiplied. In order to solve for d, I'm going to divide both sides by 3.14. So do the same thing to both sides. On the right-hand side, 3.14 over 3.14 cancels, and we're left with d. Okay? On the calculator, you want to do 907.46 divided by 3.14. All right, so I did this on the calculator, and I get an answer of 289. All right, so this right here works out to 289. and that just equals the diameter D. So that's it. They didn't give us any units. Okay, they just said units. If it was feet, then the units would be feet. But they just said units, so I'm going to type 289. All right, so this one here, they give us the circumference is 50.24 units, and they want us to find the radius. All right, since we're looking for the radius, R, we're going to eliminate the one with diameter, or D. All right, so we're not going to use that part. So the circumference, we know that's C. All right, so in place of C in the formula, I'm going to plug in 50.24. Okay, and that equals 2 times pi, which is 3.14. Okay, again, for Khan Academy, you have to use 3.14. You can't use the pi key on the calculator. All right, and finally, that's times R. All right, so we're looking to find R. All right, so I'm going to do a little of an extra step here. All right, I'm going to rewrite 50.24, and 2 times 3.14 is 6.28, and that's times R. All right, now we're in business. In order to solve for R, divide both sides by 6.28. Okay, do the same thing to both sides. On the right-hand side, it cancels. And on the left-hand side, I'm going to do this on the calculator. Okay, on the calculator, this right here works out to 8. And that equals R. So that is our radius, and we just enter that in the box. So since we got 8, I'm just going to type 8 in the box.